I had this brilliantly terrible idea. Instead of just talking about €1 homes in Italy, why not actually try to buy one? In the last episode, I dove into how these €1 schemes in Italy work and looked up into some current projects. Now my girlfriend thinks I've lost it, and honestly, maybe she's right. Because I'm already juggling a lot. My business, new homes, the renovation of the attic, and let's be clear, buying €1 homes in Italy doesn't really cost just €1. As you will see in a minute, it's much more than that. But don't worry, we will crunch some real numbers at the end of the video. Anyway, I found that there is an active project of €1 homes in Gasparina, a tiny town in the south of Italy, exactly in Calabria, in the province of Catanzaro. It's a really small village. It's just 6 square kilometers and 1,800 people. I've never been there, but looking at some photos, I realized that is some of this small town in the south of Italy where the life is really slow and really peaceful. And then I saw this photo of the landscape and the sea view, and I thought, you know what, maybe it's not that bad idea, and it's just 7 kilometers from the sea. But let's break down the rules to actually buy one of these €1 homes. So here is the public notice of the municipality of Gasparina that make this project reality. What happened is that the municipality found some properties that are abandoned for a long time, and then they contact the owners to ask them if they want to sell for €1. Why they should sell for €1? Because owning a property and not using it can cause you problems, speaking especially about taxes and work that need to be done on the property. So the public notice actually say who can apply for this €1 project, and everybody can apply actually, because you can apply as a company or as a physical person, or also as a non-profit. So when you apply, you say what do you want to do with that property, and the municipality make a ranking. So if you are already resident in Gasparina, you will take the maximum score, but also if you are a foreign buyer and you want to buy a vacation home in Gasparina, you will take an high score, exactly 15 points, which is more than I can actually get a score, because I'm in the last line, so somebody that wants just to buy and to preserve the style of the property, because I'm not resident in Gasparina, I'm not a foreign buyer, so I will just get 10 points. Now the Article 5 tells us how it actually works. So if you win the ranking and you get the €1 property, you are obliged to make a project to renovate the property and present it to the municipality within 19 days. Then you have to start the works within 30 days from the day of approval from the municipality of your project, and finish the work within 24 months, so 2 years. You don't need to renovate the whole property, you just need to renovate the exterior part, so let's say the windows, the facade, gardens if there are, and terraces or balcony. The property needs to be in good shape, at least for the exterior part. This is because the main goal of the municipality of doing this project of €1 homes is to don't have in the city center homes that are abandoned. So they want you to renovate the exterior at least to make them good looking. That's why you need also to respect the architectural style of the town. The problem is if you don't do this in time, because if you don't respect these timelines and you don't do the works, the property will be taken back from the municipality. The final deed will be actually done in front of the notary when you finish the work. So they give you the property, but you really need to renovate, otherwise you will lose your new home in Italy. Now, if we look at the map of Gasparina, all the €1 homes are in a specific part of the city center, which is this one. But there is one, the property number 3, which is in another location. It's here on the edge of the city center, and this is really interesting, but we will talk about this in a moment. Let's take a look of the property that you can buy in Gasparina for €1. You know, the property number 1 doesn't seem in really good shape, and it's also in a really tiny street. But let's take a look of the property number 2. This one, I don't know, it's like a corner, something really complicated, I believe, and it's just 32 square meters. The property number 3, the one that is on the edge of the city center, in my opinion, is the best property from the list of one-year homes in Gasparina. I know that doesn't seem in really good shape, but the location, in my opinion, is crazy because from the house you have a really stunning view on the coast of Calabria, which no other property in this project has. And then it's 50 square meters, not big, but it's just on 2 floors. Instead, the other properties are like 30 or 40 square meters on 3 floors, so they are like towers. Another property that I think can be good is the property number 6, which is actually much bigger than the others because it's 140 square meters on 3 different floors. It doesn't seem in really bad shape, maybe just minor renovation. Seems like the ceilings and the roof and the walls are okay, so maybe just normal renovations. And then there is the property number 8, which could be good because it's small, it's just 35 square meters, but it's on 3 floors, but actually it's in a good shape. Maybe it has asbestos roof, I don't know, but from the photo seems like that. But for the rest, seems in really good shape. But as you know, I like to take decisions on numbers. That's why I started to study the market of Gasparina. First thing that I need to understand is what is the price per square meter in the city center of Gasparina. And I found out that renovated property can be sold around 825 euros per square meters, and new properties, if there are in Gasparina, I don't know, can be sold for 921 euros. This is just an average, which is calculated on real transactions that has been done in the previous months in Gasparina. Also, I checked out the trend of the price in Gasparina, but I didn't find something really interesting because my tool tells me that there is no movement in the price. And this could be due to the fact that there are not so many real estate transactions every year in Gasparina. In fact, I checked the number of real estate transactions, and in 2023 there were just 10 deals. And going further, I also analyzed the supply for real estate property in the city center, and I didn't find something really interesting as well. With supply of real estate properties, I mean the number of properties that are on the market in a given moment. So analyzing the market in Gasparina bring up one of the problems to buy in such a small town. If I want to resell the property in the future, maybe it will not be easy, because even if I put my property at the fair market value, there are not so many buyers that want to buy in town. The last important step to make a sound decision is to take our spreadsheets and make a business plan. The property number 6 at the beginning seems to me the best one because it's bigger and I still can buy it for €1. So in my mind it was more square meters for still the same price, equally a better deal. But let's see what the spreadsheets say to us. So I put down all the numbers of these investments and I found out that the renovation will cost me a lot, almost 100,000 euros. And as the price in Gasparina per square meters, it's not really high, but the cost of renovation per square meters is mostly the same compared to the rest of Italy. This means that I could spend more than the actual value of the property. And as the property is big and I'm obliged to renovate, maybe it's not worth it to invest such a big amount of money in a property that doesn't have a high value. But also I can consider the revenue that this property can produce, because my goal is to put this property on the short rentals market. And after I studied my number with this spreadsheet, it came out that this property can get me a return on investment below 3%. Not a really good one. So I take in consideration property number 8, which, if you remember, is the small one, 35 square meters, in good shape. In this case, the renovation cost is much lower. First, because the property is smaller, and second, because it needs less renovation. So from my point of view and from my Google spreadsheets point of view, this is a much better investment, because I will invest 23,000 euros and the property market value will be around 32,000 euros. Not a big amount, but maybe it's interesting. And if we check the revenue of the property, of course they are lower compared to the other one that is bigger, but if you consider the return on investment, it's at 13% return on investment. So much more interesting than the first property. But then I saw the property number 3, which is the one on the edge of the city center, that in my opinion is the most beautiful one because it has a terrace, it has the sea view. It's really nice in my opinion. And also the space inside is 50 square meters on 2 floors, so each floor is 25 square meters. So I believe it's much more comfortable than 35 square meters on 3 floors. The fact is that I asked the surveyor in the municipality, which is the person that is taking care of this 1 euro home project, to send me a video to inspect the inside of the property, because from the website of the municipality I could just see the exterior part, and the inside it's a mess. You have to do everything, starting from the ceilings and also the floors, not speaking about the systems. So the property needs a really heavy renovation, but in my opinion could be the best property maybe to rent out for tourists and also to resell in the future, because it has the best location in town. So I don't know which property I will choose, but I'm curious to know which is your favorite one. Write that in the comment, and also let me know what do you think about the 1 euro home project in Italy. And see you in the next video.